Well, this was a very eventful week. And when I say eventful, I mean cringeworthy and hard to watch. Hi, my name is Charles and welcome to my new channel, Monkey See. It's going to be a highly political channel, so if you want to tickle that triggering liberals fancy we all adore so much, maybe consider sticking around. On this channel, I simply want to talk about politics and current events. It's really just a way for me to vent about this kind of stuff so I don't blow my top trying to bottle it all in. Anyways, let's get to Today in TDS.
Who are engaged in peaceful protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy.
Did everybody catch that? This is a democracy. The same democracy that elects the president. The same democracy that brings the right to vote. The same democracy that elected Kamala Harris to be the nominee for her party. Oh, wait. That didn't happen, did it? Interesting.
Of America should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it. And this is what is at stake.
This is just so typical. When you know you look like a fool in front of everyone, the typical leftist tactic is to emote, to give yourself credibility. Just throw your emotions out there, uncontrolled, so you can seem like you have something important to say. This tactic is just so tired by now. Emotion by the left has now become like pulling the racist card. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Other than showing everyone you simply have Trump derangement syndrome. Anyways, back to The View. This hilariously revealing interview.
And it's time to turn the page. You've been vice president for 3.5 years, so what are you turning the page from?
You see that face? That's the face of being found out. That's the face of defeat. That's the face of, oh crap. It's the same face I'm sure I made when I got in trouble with my parents when I was younger, and while trying to defend myself, my parents actually make a pretty darn good point, and I know it. That's exactly what this face is, and it's priceless. He asks a great question, one that everyone has been asking ever since she started to say that stupid line. Let's see how she handles this one.
Well, first of all, turning the page from the last decade.
The last decade that you've been a part of, correct?
In which we've been burdened.
By what has been, sorry, I couldn't help myself.
With the kind of rhetoric coming from Donald Trump.
Oh boy, here we go. Never doubt a liberal's ability to take absolutely zero accountability. That's what this is. Don't get me wrong, conservatives have their areas too. Very, very frustrating areas where they take zero accountability. But this is ridiculous. She's been a part of those in power now for 3.5 years. And what's her excuse? Orange man bad. That sums up her entire platform. It really is hard to believe that anyone takes this woman seriously. But they are out there, and they vote. Even the dead ones.
That has been designed and implemented to divide our country and have Americans literally point fingers at each other.
Oh, you mean like you just got done doing, lady?
Rhetoric and an approach to leadership that suggests that the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down instead of what we all know. The strength of leadership is based on who you lift up. The strength of an American president, which is one who understands that the vast majority of us have more in common than what separates us.
This kind of point just ticks me right the flip off. She's trying to play the unity card here, when all she has done has vilify her opponent and those that support him. Utterly ridiculous. For years, all the left has done has screeched about how Trump is an evil man, and if you support him, you are a bigot, a racist, and a danger to society. You were ostracized, you lost your jobs, you lost family, and now they want to play the unity card? Get a job, lady, because you clearly can't take this one.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
Grasping at straws alert!
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
Bro, what? This is despicable. If my boss were to ask me, how come you didn't file that report when I told you? And I responded, well, flip-flops look retarded. Would you consider that an appropriate response? That's the level of moronese these women just spoke. On live TV. I really have to give it to the news anchor. He didn't ask the toughest questions, but he did choose the questions that people have wanted to ask her.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
Boom. That was a highly memeable moment right there, and one that speaks to so many people whenever they hear this woman drool words out of her mouth. Literally, no one knows what she is talking about.
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But
people
you're the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me, the former chief of staff to the.
You know what? I'm done now. That's pretty much the interview or intervention. This thing was a disaster from start to finish. Apparently, during the interview, things were going so badly for her that her team were constantly waving to the news anchor to end it. I'm glad he didn't. This interview, of course, has only hurt her massively in the polls, and I believe it will only get worse. If rumors are true, Kamala will be going on to Joe Rogan's podcast soon. There is no way that woman can last 2 or 3 hours with Joe Rogan, unscripted, and survive. I'm sure that will have its own memeable moments to fondly look back to for the years to come. I think she's in a scenario where she is damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. If she doesn't go on Rogan, and Trump does, she lost. If she does go on and makes a fool of herself, she lost. Either way, this won't be promising for her campaign. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe for more in the future. I'll be uploading these at my own pace, just for future knowledge. Take care now.